Juan-O's world.
My baby mama trippin', she been going through my phone. Tired of me cheating, I can't leave these hoes alone. Hella pics, hella tips on my cash app. It's like hold up a minute. What up though, y'all? Welcome to Juan-O's World Live. How y'all living? I know I haven't did none of these in a minute where I compile everything together and we kick it for a few. But it's been a lot of things going on in Juan-O's world. We elevating over here, you know what I'm saying? And you could tell by the player haters, you know. If you ever think that you're not doing good enough, look at the people that's hating on you and look at where they at. You know what I'm saying? If you got good player haters that's doing good in life or that appear to be doing well in life and they got time to player hate on you, that means you doing good things. In certain situations, the best response is no response, is to keep working. You know what I'm saying?
Diddy Combs may have inherited questionable behavior from his mother, Janice Combs. Family friend Tim Dog Patterson alleged that Janice hosted sexually charged parties at their childhood home in Harlem, surrounded by drugs and various adult figures.
I tag his mama. But this guy, Tim Dog, he's the worst kind of homie. It's one thing you telling on me, but you gonna tell on my moms, bro? Wasn't you in the closet looking at titties too? I'm just wondering if you knew this went on. Did you not get a blowjob as a young man in this house? You know about it.
Patterson described these gatherings, stating, on the weekend, Combs.
She looked like one of them moms who was always showing a little something too. I'd have been hanging out at that house and I wouldn't have told Miss Combs. I wouldn't have told nobody.
Partied in the house. He was around all types of alcohol. He was around reefer smoke. He recounted that it was common to discover explicit situations occurring in the bedrooms during these events. The atmosphere at these parties is likened to Sean's freak-off bashes, where he has been accused of sexual abuse, drugging, and rape.
Now, I wouldn't have wanted to see my mama doing no freaking. I wouldn't have wanted that.
In an upcoming documentary titled Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy, following Sean's September 2024 arrest for racketeering and sex trafficking, Patterson suggested that Sean's childhood environment influenced his later actions. It all goes back to childhood, he said, indicating that such exposure may have desensitized Sean and his peers. Another acquaintance, DJ Easy Lee Davis, acknowledged Janice's parties, though he admitted he was never present. She made sure everybody was comfortable, he remarked. As reported, Sean has been detained at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn amid multiple bail attempts. Ridiculed for his current circumstances, he has reportedly shown irritation towards fellow inmate Luigi Mangione, an alleged killer.
See what I'm saying? They just adding everything in that they can say about Puff. Like, yo, this is regular stuff. This is regular stuff. If you in jail, how you not gonna make friends with other people that's in jail? That's just like since I've been a YouTuber. Do you know how many murderers I've become acquainted with and just like cool with? It's really unbelievable. I can't believe it myself. Does that mean I'm a bad guy? No, I'm just on my Gerardo shit. And people like to talk to me because I'm fair. What am I going to say? Not only that, I don't be exposing conversations I have with folks either, which goes on a lot on the YouTube streets because people want to get their stories out without exposing certain things, you know, and that's damn near impossible because of how a lot of these YouTubers are. But you ain't got to worry about that in Juan-O's world, though.
Who has garnered significant attention in prison. Diddy has been throwing tantrums over the fact that Luigi is getting all of the attention, a source disclosed, adding that even within prison.
Man, come on now. And this is going to make it almost impossible for Puff to get a fair trial because you guys are poisoning the jury, all the potential jurors. All you do is talk about this stuff with no provocation, no evidence, no yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? And people are hearing this. And you know what? They know what they're doing. It's all purposeful. It's all purposeful, if you ask me, that is. It's all purposeful, if you ask me. And it's purposeful to do exactly what it's doing. Poisoning potential jurors, because how could you ignore that you heard this? How could you ignore that you heard that? You can't. It's almost impossible. Then let's check this out.
does that, there's going to be some consequences. It's just fucked up to say, but if he stayed in the boundaries and did it right, he'd even have moral support. But he's got a lot of people in his wake, man, that's suffering right now, and that's just the reality. That City College thing never, ever dies. Right now, it's being reborn. When I say he stepped out the boundaries, he was told a certain capacity in the gym. He was told certain fire. He was told, and it was understood in order to get the venue.
If he was told all these things, and you know he was told all these things, and you know he went against all these things, and then you were still down with him after it, what does that say about you? What does that say about you?
Now you get the venue and you decide to do it your way because you got the venue. Well, this is what happens. The fire marshals were there. They warned us. They told us sort of blah, blah, blah. And it became too much. Deserves is a strong word. It just happened. In 1991.
You know, we got to play fair. Breakbeat Media.
Tragedy struck New York City. What was supposed to be a night of celebration at City College turned into a nightmare. 9 people lost their lives. Countless others were injured, trampled, and crushed in the chaos of an overcrowded event. Families were left grieving. Their lives irreparably changed. Among those impacted was someone close to Sean Diddy Combs. A friend and collaborator from his days of Uptown Records suffered an unimaginable loss. The death of his pregnant girlfriend, who had been caught in the catastrophe.
My girl died. Sonia Williams died in the basketball game with Puffy at the Manhattan College, City College.
Okay, yeah.
Pregnant. She was pregnant. So that was one thing that happened. And it was crazy. It was crazy. It was devastating. Like, I didn't want to see nobody at that point. And then and the crazy part is anyway, yeah. Sonia was Misa's homegirl, Puffy's baby's mother, homegirl. And it was funny because Diddy asked me to, he said, yo, Misa's coming up. I want to, get with her, whatever. So she got a girlfriend. And I was like, yeah, at first. I'll never forget, we was in Howard. We was in DC. And I go downstairs to, get a soda. I meet Sonia before I see Misa or before I go back upstairs to Diddy. So I go to her and I'm talking to her and I just fell in love off sight, like Clarence fell in love. I went back to Puff, told him, I said, yo, man, we got a problem. And he's like, what? I said, I can't do it. I can't see Misa's homegirl because I just met this shorty. And he was like a little upset, but he was like, yeah, all right, I understand, man. I get it. Next thing you know, Misa walks in the door with Sonia. And I'm like, oh shit. I said, yo, that's her, Puff. That's her. And you couldn't pull us apart, man. And then the basketball game, it was crazy. It was crazy. And then, going a step further, record companies calling me, get back on this album. I was like, fuck all y'all, to be honest with you. And
you think such devastation would be a turning point for me?
Now they bring up Father MC and put him in that video, and I would never act to know like what it felt like to be him in that moment or him right now. For all I know, that could have been a son. For all I know, that could have been a healthy baby girl. You know what I'm saying? I know what a son do for you, and I know what a daughter do for you. They both need it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't heard that man diss Diddy. You ain't heard him stand up. He just been not saying anything, which is what makes me wonder about some of these other people.
Many. An event of this magnitude would serve as a sobering reminder of responsibility, accountability. You'd think such devastation would be a turning point. For many, an event of this magnitude would serve as a sobering reminder of responsibility, accountability, and the fragility of trust. It begged the question, who would ever trust this man again? Who would believe in him?
I mean, obviously, a lot of people did.
Who would support him? Who would allow him to organize another event or even participate in one? But as history shows, in the world of fame, wealth, and influence, accountability often takes a backseat to opportunity. The music industry moved on.
No, you can't just shortchange that man like that. He took what he had and invested in himself. He persevered. Something like this has happened to a lot of promoters. Now, I'm not making excuses for him. I'm not telling you he could have did differently or better. Like Gene Deal on the internet telling you himself, he didn't think the Nation of Islam and their way of doing things could hold that front door. How is he to know that? In my estimation, in my understanding as a production guy, when you get the Nation of Islam, that's a shut down area situation. For all we know, the Nation of Islam improved their security based on these matters. But that's not to remove negligence from Diddy, but it's not to say that he's 100% negligent within himself either.
And so did Diddy. The City College tragedy faded into the background, overshadowed by his meteoric rise to mogul status. Yet, for those who suffered that night, the scars never healed.
They sued Funk, they sued Jessica, they sued City College. So a lot of people got sued, but it was a big payout. So families got money and the shit went away. But families got some M's at that time. Yep. You don't realize how much.
Now, this guy that's talking knew Puff since they was kids. This is appalling to me. There's nobody I grew up with that I dislike to the strongest degree that I would do this to. Not for no money, not for no nothing. I don't understand this. And then, bro, you was there. You was working with him. You was in on that party. You stayed in business after him. You can tell a man standing his values by when and why he separate with somebody. Not by how long he stay around and things go down and then he started telling. But who am I?
Y'all must realize how much money been poured in the Bucks, man. I'm talking about I nigga will fuck up a deal and get money right back from the same people. Like it never happened. I don't know.
Sound like jealousy.
What kind of magic he had over the industry, man, but I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life.
And look, as Uncle Juan-O like to share with you gentlemen and you young adults, rat behavior starts way before someone snitches on you. It starts with player hating. It starts with loud talk. It starts with so many things that is rat behavior. We'll talk about that in another video.
And just get away with it. Andre love that nigga. Claude love that nigga. Love. Yeah.
You might think the tragedy at City College.
So what you saying? Now look, a homosexual man, that's his business. Now I know you like, oh, Juan-O, this, that, or whatever. I have a problem with the promotion of homosexuality. And I have a problem with the promotion of hypersexuality. I do. That's why in my songs, even though you're like, nigga, you missed the community dick. Yeah, but did you listen to the song? Because I'm talking about the accountability, the repercussions, the damage that happened from lacking dick discipline. In the song, I mean, even though I'm making light of it, all the realness is there. If he's homosexual, Puff didn't always display masculinity. He's always displayed dark skin pride. So for that, I fucks with the dude. If you think he getting access to things based on his homosexuality, and you sitting right there with him, accepting access to things and the money and accoutrements from the access he has accrued, what does that make you, bro? Does that make you a male madam? Maybe.
College would have marked the end of Sean Diddy Combs' ascent. That such a devastating event would tarnish his reputation beyond repair. But instead of being held back, Diddy's trajectory only accelerated. Not only did people continue to believe in him, they funded his ambitions.
That's where it really get fucked up at. I mean, was Diddy a bad investment? Like, you got to think about it. This nigga he was working 18-hour days. He had personality and perception. He could bring people together. Look at all of them unattractive dark-skinned people he put on this label and made stars. Look at that. You seen Mace's hairline? And that was as a young man. And he had him out there as a sex symbol. Think about it. Look at Total. Not the most attractive R&B group. They was out there like they was sexy. And I mean, all of these different things made me proud because they was all dark-skinned. So to see dark-skinned people moving and shaking, it meant the world to me. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real.
In the wake of the tragedy, Diddy was handed the opportunity of a lifetime, his very own record label, Bad Boy Records, with backing.
He was not handed the opportunity of a lifetime. He hustled for that. He spent his last monies for that. Like, I don't like that. If a man did something wrong, then he did something wrong. But you can't take all his other accomplishments away, bro. Especially us as black people. Now, I know this is funded by Dave Mays. And I also know Dave Mays is more a party to Suge Knight because Suge Knight spent more money earlier in the start of his magazine. I get it. But to just promote taking this man's accomplishments away, that's something nasty there. You know he worked for that label. You know he went broke for that label. You know he already had Big. You know he already had Craig Mack. You know he was already heating up the street. Come on, man. Get a nigga his credit.
From some of the most powerful figures in the music industry, Diddy wasn't just restored to his former position of influence, he surpassed it. Bad Boy Records became a cultural juggernaut, and with this newfound success came more control, more power, and an even larger stage to amplify his persona. The music was louder. The parties were wilder.
That was another gay Biggie lyric, by the way.
And the spotlight on Diddy was even brighter. The launch of Bad Boy Records wasn't just a celebration, it was a statement. The show would go on bigger and better than ever before. For Sean Diddy Combs, there were no limits, no boundaries. The world, it seemed, was his for the taking. But with every rise comes the shadow of a potential fall. For those watching closely, the question lingered, at what cost?
I don't know what to say about that, man. I'm impartial. If the man did something wrong, then he did something wrong. Me personally, right now, it looked like all they got on him is Cassie. You know, I investigated the dude who got the $100 million lawsuit on him. He is a child toucher. He is in jail. He's a horrible person. I don't believe anything he said. He's also a loony bin. The young lady that was trying to charge him and the Jigga Man, she's already been proven to be a liar. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. A lot of these people who are accusing Diddy of this and that has already been proven to be liars. Not only that, to be charged with a RICO and you the only one standing trial is something that I'm seeing that they only do to black men. But I demand, as well as charging someone with the Mann Act. Like, let's be clear. If it's illegal to fly a woman out for the purposes of having sex, all men with a little bit of money, myself included, is going to jail. But they ain't doing that. Because I didn't damn sure cross state lines across state lines for me to, and women didn't want it that. Why? I'm coming to see you from Kentucky or from wherever. And I was, obliging. Oh shit, my lawyer is gonna kick my ass. Next story. And then in other YouTube news, we got these guys, Cam and Jim Jones. I don't really know what to say about this one, man. It's kind of funny. It's kind of not funny. It is what it is. Like they show.
How you ran the whole organization. How you made Diplomat. Nigga, you ain't make none of this stuff. You was a fan. I put you down because you had a free crib and you was a nice guy. That's how you got down originally.
Hey,
period.
I hate to keep laughing and shit, right? But these New York niggas, I hate when these YouTubers stop the video to say something. He say you a nice guy. You was a nice guy. He genuinely mean that. But when I be watching Loose Cannon and them in LA and he say you a nice guy, he really insulting you. I be confused. I gotta change my ears that I'm using.
Now to the next point. This all started because I asked 50 Cent a question. Cool. I thought it was cool to ask 50. The shit happened 20 years ago, however many years ago. I thought it was all good. I got no problem thinking, okay. He tricked niggas out their spot, came to the spot. I know 50 said it, and they went under, he was funny. I thought it was funny when he said the shit. But I didn't think it'd be a big deal because you make up with every nigga that put hands on you.
Now this is about to get deep. I didn't think it was cool that Jimmy was on the stage with 50 no matter what. Like your man's brought you in, him and your man's having problems, whether y'all agree or not. That's not necessarily cool. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can't hold nobody to your own moral compass and standards, though, right? Let's throw that in there. Dog.
But I see the pattern now. If a nigga agree to disagree with you and don't want to take it that route because they got some genuine love for you, you keep going on and on and on. Every nigga that put hands on you or you get told take you cool with them. I see you with C Gutter. Junior Mafia, cool. I see you taking pictures with True Life. It's cool. Man, DC, y'all having sit-downs to work out. Gunshots was let off with that. Y'all having sit-downs to work it out. You tried to chase French Montana out the game. That ain't work out. Y'all got cool. So cool that you go to his video shoot. Pardon me, not his video shoot, his movie.
Okay.
You're sitting in the crowd watching the premiere, and they dissing you in the movie. You in the movie getting dissing. You gotta eat it, just sitting in the crowd. Nah, nigga, they dissing you in the movie that you went to go see, bro.
Man, I've experienced this from people who I thought was my friends, where they got all this hatred for me, or people I used to be associated at. Well, they got all this hatred for me, but they kissing the ass of people that really got hatred for them. Facts. They being disloyal to me to be friends with people that really got hatred for them. Facts. I've seen this. People that really took from them, stole from them, put hands on them, they excuse all that shit to have a problem with me. Facts. I never understood it, but it's hilarious to watch Cam go through it because y'all rich. I mean, richer than me for sure. But yeah, so like,
you ever wonder how you met Mano? Ask him how you met Mano. Mano gonna downplay because they cool now. He tried to press Mano one day because Mano first came out. He had a little record where he was saying, dissing the rappers. I don't know, he said nigga's name. So Jim Plus see Mano one day and was like, yo, what's up with all that saying my name? Man said, who the fuck you talking to? Oh, you think I one of them niggas? You out your motherfucking mind? Now they the lobby boys. Every nigga that do something to put pressure on you, you sit there and work it out. But when niggas got a little genuine heart for you and all that, cool, that's the pattern. If they don't put hands on you, then you can keep going on and on and on. And I ain't promoting none of this. I think it's cool that you cool with everybody I name. You gonna be 50 next year, nigga. I'm happy that you cool. I'm not saying this to starve no feathers. I'm not saying that to backtrack on any beef or go anything like. I think it's really cool. But the niggas who do this, you cool with, and then the niggas who try to handle sophisticatedly, you keep going on and on like niggas give a fuck about all that shit, bro. niggas don't care about none of that shit, my nigga. Niggas don't care a little bit, my nigga. That's first and foremost. I'm gonna wrap it up with a couple things real quick.
Man, that's kind of deep. That was kind of deep. Most of this stuff we heard before, because this ain't Jim first time going in on Cam, and this ain't Cam first time responding, you know. But I guess it got a little deeper because life that went on, and Jimmy that made amends with a lot more people. Or Juan-O, my bad.
What I'll finish with is this, man. I'm never here to downplay your character. As much as you try to degrade my character for years and push me under the bus and say, I ain't start this and I ain't do that, and you started Pink and you made the Diplomats, which is just...
Pause. Pink been flying, especially if you from somewhere like me, Detroit. Pink been the move before Cam. As a matter of fact, we thought Cam stole that from us. But, you know, we're going to leave that alone. That's why them Detroit niggas fucked up that Range Rover auction. It's a little payback.
If people choose to believe that, then look, I got a Brooklyn bridge in Brooklyn I can sell you to, my nigga. Period. But at the end of the day, my nigga, I'm never trying to downplay your character. And I didn't know all this shit was going on because I was on vacation. I came back a few days ago and seen all this going on. And it's like, for instance, right? I see you post the shit, Cam let me get jumped in Rucker, this, that, and third by 8 niggas, this, that, and third. I'll let niggas tell that story however they want to tell it. I don't give a fuck. I seen the story one time when Little C's was telling the story. I mean, me and Little C's is cool. As Little C,
man, it's hard to tell who all the other people was, but you can see Jimmy and you can see Freaky and you can see all them Junior Mafia niggas. I think you do see, I'm not sure, but one of the people running earlier in the video, it do look like Cam, but I'm not for sure. I think that's a Doggy Diamonds video. We gonna Google that later.
he's told me he punched me in my face. Really. And me and C, I see C's really, no, not dissing C's, but no, Little C's never punched me. But if you go to his end in that story, that's what he said he did. And like I said, I ain't got no problem. I seen C's, we good. But you keep running around with these 25-year-old stories. Do you ever hear me talk about when you ran on me when BMF pulled up? When you ran in the hotel, they chased you to the beach. All niggas, and lucky, I had my shit on me and my man JoJo, I ain't gonna say his name, Spanish nigga, you know him. The Spanish nigga who don't care about life, who was with me, is like, who all these niggas coming? I said, oh, they come this way. No, and this no disrespect, because Blue's my nigga, Meat's my nigga, all that. And Blue Da Vinci just told this story on his platform or whatever platform recently. He got it 89% right. It's a little off, Blue. I'll tell it on Talk with Flea, my perspective of what happened.
Yeah, hey, look though, this story was told by Blue. It was told by Charlie Rock LD from the Terror Squad. You know what I'm saying? Who pulled the moves that got them at the table. However you want to view that. It was told by a couple people.
But at the end of the day, I don't be out there pumping. They chased you to the beach, nigga. You was in the sand. You was getting wet from the water, from the ocean. I don't pump that.
Duh.
Took your rags off. Me and JoJo was laughing about that 3 months, some cool shit. Cool.
Duh, you took your rags off, Juan-O? You dropped your gang flag?
I don't pump all that shit, nigga, because I ain't trying to make the great your character. You know why? Because the revolution was televised, nigga. That's why I'm here, nigga. That's why God work like that. That's why me and Murder is here, nigga. The revolution was televised, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? And I'll wrap it up real quick with this, nigga, because I'll be here for an hour. We got other shit to do. Stop tricking niggas out their freedom, bro. Because niggas get around you to put themselves in better situations, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be in worse situations than they was before they met you.
Wow. Now this is where it gets. And on that note, we're going to get off of this story because that right there, that was too real. I did make a video, which is the one we reacting to. Why the hell not use my own content? Where I elaborated on that. You know, and you got a lot of guys putting themselves in these situations, and you got a lot of niggas taking advantage of this type of shit. Motherfuckers come around you to do better, not to do your dirty work. You know, and some of these guys come around you to do your dirty work, but really, can you trust them to do your dirty work? Shouldn't they be trying to do better if they're around you? But it's a reciprocating cycle of bullshit. It's almost like the welfare system. And some of these niggas don't stop. I see some of the people that that may have differences with me because of somebody else, and they willing to take everything that come with that for no reason. That's why, it's like I keep telling y'all, it's like when I first started driving, Mr. Jones said, you gotta drive for everybody and yourself. And that's pretty much what shit boiled down to, you know what I'm saying? And then on another note, we got this going on, which let's check it out.
Hard to tell if it made it to the carport. It doesn't seem like that's the case.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell because the lights look like they're just turning on at this point. As we get farther out, you get a better sense of how close we are to the freeway right there. And you see all of the crews that are arriving on the ground to try to get this thing out before it turns into something more.
So Watch Duty, the Watch Duty app is something that I think a lot of us have looked at lately, and they're calling this a stone fire. I'm not sure if that's official in terms of LAFD, but
there are 16 deaths as a result of the Eaton fire, and 24 people missing. That number actually raised today, so they're still looking for 24 people that are missing, and it's very active here, and that is part of the what's going on beyond the checkpoint. Now, I want to listen to some sound here from some folks who were.
Man, these was houses. I don't necessarily know what to say about what's going on in California, but I can say this. All of these things, when you put them together, that's going on all around the world is spooky. And what's your retirement plan for life? Not just are you investing in your 401k, but who are the people that you fighting to have around you? Who are the people that you being loyal to? Who are you being disloyal to? Where are you picking to live at? What's the ramifications of living there? What's the risks? You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. A lot of us are picking things for very vain reasons, very superficial reasons, and we're not thinking about our futures for real. We're thinking about our futures in the way of vanity, but not in the way of reality. I hate to see stuff like this happen to anybody. Do I feel like it's not purposeful? No. A list of bad decisions drove them down this way to the point where they don't even have water to spray. It's a whole lot of ridiculousness. And this is why we couldn't let the California government run the country. And to be honest with you, with as much as they charge people in taxes to live out there, why does their city not have the resources to fight this or the money to fund it? That makes absolutely no sense. State taxes out there, property taxes out there. So the idea that there's no money in the state to fight or to support it makes absolutely no sense. But hey, what do I know?
Were directly affected. The people is really what this fire is all about.
I have nothing. Every memory, every memorabilia, my wedding pictures, my kids. Every time I think about it, I break down. I'm trying to stay strong. I am strong. I promised my dad we're going to build, rebuild, rebuild, rebuild. And that's all we're going to do as Altadenians. We live here. This is our little country.
You see how they feel about their piece of American soil. I don't know what else to say about it. This shit is fucked up, but it's fucked up everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of us need to be worrying about ourselves and securing ourselves and making sure we are in the strongest positions possible, because things like this are just going on for no reason all over the globe. You know, with that being said, I think we're going to bring this episode of Juan-O's World to a close. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all tapping in, kicking it with me. And I hope y'all appreciate me fucking with y'all. With that being said, the best response in certain situations is no response. It's to keep working. I don't know if I said that earlier in this video or not, but I want to make sure you got that. Juan-O ain't scared of nothing or nobody. What is important to me is that I stay on my mission. I done already wasted time out of my life doing so many different things that didn't amount to shit. If I don't know nothing else, I can identify a waste of time. I can also identify a waste of life, opportunity, etc. And I ain't fucking with anything I view as a waste. And we out. I advise you do the same. But it's your life, your choices. We out.